This is the energy report for June 14th, 2023. The sun is transitioning into gate 12, a gate of the channel, as the quantum human design calls it, or standstill, as the I Ching says. And so for the challenge here, the next 6 days is going to be to honor the self enough to wait for the right time and the mood to speak. And so this is coming from the throat, connecting down into our solar plexus. And so knowing the timing, knowing the feeling, to know what shyness is actually a signal that the timing is not right to share transformational insights and expressions. When the timing is right, you'll have the courage to share what you feel and sense. To honor the fact that your voice and the words you offer are a direct connection to source, and you channel potential transformation to be your own creative power. And so leaning into the feeling, the senses, the urges on what you want to say and when you want to say them, and also realizing that sometimes not feeling or even finding the words to say to a certain group of people or at a certain time is really your body protecting you from saying it to the wrong people, and it might be perceived the wrong way, or you might get feedback that just isn't pleasant or whatever. And so understanding that shyness. And so the first line is that investigator line. And so the key word here is the monk. Withdrawal that can only be maintained with the communal support. The expression of social withdrawal and its values when it's supported by others. And so looking at when it is the right time, right? And so you might need to withdraw until it's ready to, not knowing when to say and whom to say it with. Or then sometimes it could be the absurd expression at social caution and extreme withdrawal from emotional contact. And so you could either pull totally away and not come in and speak at all, or you come out and you just say what you want to say. You don't really have any filter. You don't really read the room, the energy of the room, the people in the room, right? And there is that balance. There's the balance of, being authentically yourself and being yourself, but also understanding where you're at, the environment that you're in, and truly what can the audience really handle and understand. And is it your place to really maybe even shatter or break the ceiling open of that? And so kind of being that standstill, being the monk, being able to read the room, kind of knowing sometimes and being silent might be a little bit better. And we get devotion. And so devotion will help with that sacral going up into the G center. And so this really does help us stay steady on our path and know that we are here to help and enlighten and teach and educate and grow. But sometimes it doesn't need to be so full force, right? Sometimes we do need to think about the longevity, the sustainability, as opposed to just these quick sprints. And so being able to stay in the heart, stay in that devotion, that passion, in the times that we might need to pause, we might need to be the observer, we might need to wait and not share for a moment and withdraw. And so when we can stick with the heart, stick with the passion, that's when we can really make sure that our dream, our vision is going to be sustainable. And then it's really that connection of our solar plexus to the throat, right? The being that channel, being able to also speak about our devotion and share devotion as it's connected into that solar plexus. These cards are just dropping all over. We get the birth of magic. Birth of Magic, card 4. I haven't gotten this one in a long time. And the key word here is innocence. Here lies a message to open up your heart and find that small child within you, that childlike joy, trust, and awe that often gets stifled when we grow into adulthood. Remember to see the magic through the child's eyes and the mind. Recall the spirit of the fairy child within who laughs and sings with abandonment. Then bring the essence into your daily life and rejoice in nature. See beyond the adult mind and into the reality of the elemental world around you. Ask for the help of the elementals in connecting with the magic within and bringing it out into all that you do. As humans, we tend to get hung up in our duties, our accomplishments, and what we have done and what we haven't. We take life so seriously. And if you have small children in your life, watch them and see how they respond to the world around them. They come from pure emotion and pure joy. Their excitement, even in the smallest things, is essentially their spirit rejoicing for just being. The sound of a tiny chime sends them into pure laughter. A multicolored strand of lights is enchanting and awe-inspiring to them. The taste of a new food brings a look of tremendous into their face. They absorb everything completely. They are not halted by fears or what ifs. They live to explore and to learn, to rejoice and sing. They live in the now. Everything is a miracle to them, and it actually is to us if we would just realize it. Practice seeing your world through the eyes of a child, unfiltered, and open it up to what it has to offer. This card is a reminder that it is all possible, and that the small child is coming into your life. That you might be working with a small child or your own small child within. And so as we come back into this devotion and thinking about devotion and becoming the channel, really having that play, that childlike wonder, that openness, not being so restricted and so caught up in any end goal or taking it seriously, right? Being open to see what it has to bring and to realize that this is our experience. We are here to experience this life. We're here to be in this human body, in this human form, and it is to be fun and joyful, and we are supported, we're guided if we just sit back and listen. And so to bring in that little bit of magic, and it is with that magic that devotion, that gratitude, that joy, all of that is what truly is going to attract what we really want to in our life. And it's going to be the best way for us to really speak about all of that, becoming that channel. And we get as Ruli, pay attention, as Ruli. Bright red card. I feel like as we're playing and becoming that childlike wonder, we still need to pay attention. As Ruli is sometimes called the Black Madonna of Sheztrawa and appears with her dark black skin and 2 scars on her face. She is seen holding a small boy in her arms to symbolize her fierce will to protect mothers and children. She is referred to as the Loa in the traditional Louisiana or Haitian voodoo, and her garments serve to remind you as the creature comforts of an intricate vintage emerald green robe with golden detail. This card shows up when you need to look at every point of view. The 2 scars on her face, coming down from the left eye of the cheek, signify her being the Loha of revenge and rage. Where have you been angry or filled with rage about something? How can you shift that energy into something fierce yet nurturing? As Ruli will guide you if this card appears to you, but you must pay attention to every detail and all the sides of the story. And so we have the inner child that wants us to play and open up and be with this devotion and be the channel, but we also do have to pay attention. We have to make sure that we are saying it to the right audience, we're saying it with the right people, and we're also making sure that we're protecting our boundaries, we're protecting ourselves, and taking care and nurturing ourselves, and maybe also nurturing the others. And that's how we maybe shift our language a little bit if we need to come from a place of love as we're guiding them on this journey, as we're guiding and being the channel and leading, making sure we're leading and coming from that place of care, nurturing, compassion, acceptance, love. Ooh. Enjoy the next 6 days. Sending you all so much love.